All right, to watch this video for Thursday, January 25th. You can see the SPY. Actually, if you go on an intraday basis, it was kind of ugly most of the day. Just kept selling, little bear flag sell again, but it had a decent bounce. And I still think we're strong enough to just continue about our business. Pretty good volume today, though. So it was actually, nice to see a little bit of selling because I was starting to wonder if the market could ever sell off. So here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. LTBR, I probably would have had this on watch anyway, right? It gapped up, popped, and then lower high, lower high. So decent bounce play setup. But as I'm babbling here, it's trading at 402. A little bit peeved because I literally saw this at $2.30 in after hours. I was kind of looking for ideas for the for this watch list video and saw some volume coming in at $2.30, and the thing just never looked back and just kept going, and I never found an entry. Nothing I felt safe with, especially in after hours with a lot less liquidity. Anyway, it kept climbing and now is finally kind of has a maybe a potential flag right around $4. So let's look at the weekly real quick here. So there's the weekly. So anyway, possible gap and go tomorrow. We'll see. They had news in after hours. So that's why it's on watch. MYO, nice volume today, kind of breaking out above this range it's been in. My only problem with it, it's like 4 days up in a row. I generally don't like to call anything long this up 4 days in a row. Here's the intraday. So it did have nice volume on the breakout before kind of coming back down near the end of the day. But with that extra volume spike, and it does have room to run, I kind of feel like it needs to consolidate for a couple days, but it goes on watch. ANY, let me zoom in a little bit here. A little bit of extra volume today and breaking out of a little tight 3 or 4 day range. This one might be wanting to head back up to that $3 area, so we'll see. I'm not in love with it, but makes the watch list nonetheless. SPI, I've been watching this one every day. Then today it gaps up and then sells off. So I don't really have an opinion on it, but I mean, with all these red candles, like every time it gaps up, sellers win. One of these days, if the sellers lose, you could have a squeeze. So that's why this is still interesting to me. But I don't know where to get involved except maybe over today's high, over $1.20, right? So I'm going to keep my eyes on that one. Nice volume today, too. IPWR, big volume day. It's weird to me because it had this big 3-day run and then came all the way back down to a round trip, and then today has volume. So there's still, to me, I look at this chart and say there's still a lot of people underwater. But I do want to see if we get a follow-through day tomorrow. So it goes on watch. FORD, just one of the, nothing fancy here, but just a recent high flyer that is kind of in a range. So if we get a proper setup, it might give us a little mini squeeze. We'll see. RVLT had the big breakout on nice volume yesterday, and then today kind of a quiet day. So we're going to keep that on watch. I hate to take something like that off the watch list and then have it go. This NCTY, again, whenever I start putting something on bounce watch, which I think I put NCTY on bounce watch like when it looked like this, then we got another red day, and so on, so on, so on. There's been no trades in it, so it's not like I'm losing money in this. It's just on a chart, right? Starting to get kind of annoying because it's just got no volume coming into it, but it is holding the 20-day, and it did have a big move back here. So for that reason, it still goes on bounce watch. SEED, same thing. You had a nice pop here, and now we're 4 days lower. I've been watching it for several days in a row. No trades because no setups, but it just goes back on watch. Yeah, I could make any one of these run if I would just take them off the watch list. And the first day they're not on the watch list, they'll pop. So I'm going to keep them on until they, completely round trip or something. IPCI, kind of the same deal. You had the gap up, and now we're a few days lower. It seems to be holding the 20-day. No trades in it again today, but it goes back on watch. CYTX, this is a fairly handsome chart. You had this big spike here. I don't generally trade the under a buck stuff, but this popped to 54 cents. Lower high, 48 cents. Right here, it hit basically 47 cents. I'm having to round up because they round off to tenths of a penny. So it's interesting over 47, and then just doing nothing. And today, right back up to that 47 again. So I like this over 47 cents. It might then get through the half and maybe take this high out, maybe give us a decent percentage move. I want to show you the intraday. Look at that volume. This was all at the end of the day, which makes this even more interesting. Massive volume came in. So there it is on 60-minute candles. Absolutely worth watching tomorrow over 47. CVO goes back on watch. Interesting thing about this, again, I like these spikes. I like this one, lower high, then this one, massive volume, and it's coming down, and now it's just chopping sideways. But one reason this one's interesting is this morning sold off a little bit and then kind of just went sideways. Not a lot of volume, but held up near the high of day pretty much all day. And I'll remind you that this is what the SPY was doing while CVO was holding up. So I still think this one might, let's go back to CVO. I think this one still might come up and challenge this $1.50 and really maybe break out if it gets above it. So the fact that it's holding this area, it lands on my watch list again, okay? And lastly, NBEV, which had the gap up, pulled back, then took out the highs of the gap up day, and now you're on like a 3-day pullback, worth watching for a possible long tomorrow. So that's what I have. Before I go, real quick, this is probably, I would say tomorrow's probably your last day. Tomorrow is Thursday. Our course is Saturday and Sunday, and we're not really wanting to process signups the day before the course. So tomorrow's probably the last day to sign up for our course. It's probably 14 hours worth of material between Saturday and Sunday. If you can't catch it live, you'll still have the recordings forever. And anyone who buys the course gets lifetime access to all of our courses, lifetime access to all of our refresher courses, which every quarter we show you recent game tape of recent trades from our chat room. So we're kind of always keeping you up to date and refreshing what's going on and what we're doing. And you'll also get immediate access after the course to our October refresher course. So you get to see, and that's probably 4 or 5 hours. So you could argue probably 20 hours worth of actual classes, game tape and stuff that you'll get buying the course. This in the description, or the link to the sale prices in the description to this video. There's also a link to all of our free webinars. Go check those out. If you don't want to sign up for the course, go watch all of our free stuff. I think there's a lot of good content there as well. So anyway, hope to see, we got a lot of new faces showing up for class, and a lot of people that have taken our classes are showing up for the retakes because, again, it's a lifetime deal. So I hope to see a lot of you there. And let's see, tomorrow's Thursday. We've got 2 more days between now and the class. Hope to crank out 2 more green days in my trading. I like to have green days leading up to my teaching the course. I always feel better. So I'm actually, it sounds stupid, I'm actually playing real cautious this week because I don't want any red days. Red days, as long as I've been trading, red days still put me in kind of a bad mood. And so I'm being real cautious this week. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow morning. Have a great night. See everybody tomorrow.